Module 3, Pricing and Payments, how to set profitable rates and get paid smoothly. So remember this diagram. You charge the client $300, you got $150. Now the freelancer got his payment and you got your profit. A good rule is to charge 2 to 3 times what you pay your freelancer. So you could offer packages. If you go to Upwork or Fiverr, you could go in your free time and you can check how they offer the packages. They would have a basic, then they would upgrade to a standard package, then they would upgrade again to a premium package. Package pricing gives clients choice and often they'll pick the middle option. So keep your packages clear and easy to compare. Creating a PayPal invoice. So this is how you create an invoice step by step to charge your clients and to collect payments. You would want to log in, click on send a request, then click on create an invoice. You can add a logo if you have a logo, then your business name. You could enter your client email and the project details on the invoice. After that is done and you put the amount, you would want to share this link via WhatsApp or email. The hardest part is, where is the money going to after you collect it from PayPal? Because I'm seeing now that PayPal requires you to have a US bank account. Okay, if you have a JMMB card, it would be good to connect that card with your PayPal. That is accepted, especially for local people. Now, if you don't have a US account, I'm seeing that most US accounts like Mercury and Payoneer, you must have a registered business or a US LLC in order to have a US bank account. So you have a lot of restrictions that we're now trying to deal with because of the regulatory restrictions of foreign exchange. It's being harder, even more and more difficult to collect payments from persons on the outside internationally. All right. But if it's a local person, obviously you could do online banking. You could let them do a bank transfer if they do have online banking. You can let them do a bank transfer. And once they submit the receipt for you, you can start working on their request. And I didn't mention Wise either because of the foreign currency restrictions. Now you are required to have a UK proof of a UK address in order to continue on their platform. And a lot of us are not residents of the UK. So it's very, very difficult to now have an online business where you're selling digital products to collect money online. All right. And I was saying in one of my videos on my social media platforms, I was also saying that with PayPal, you have to be very, very careful because if it's a more than 500 US transaction, they will put your account on hold, okay, for a certain amount of time until they investigate and clear it. So you have to be very, very particular. You have to be very careful on the amount of money that you are receiving via PayPal if you want to keep that PayPal up and running. So it would be good if you could have more than one PayPal account using different emails. So in case one is on hold, you could always have the other one to send invoices with. Okay, but that's the reality a lot of us have to deal with now, seeing that we are outside of the US and these other big countries and the UK. So requesting local payments, you could send bank details to persons so that they could make deposits, as I said before. You could print out a nice little PDF, or have something saved in your notes as to payment instructions, what you would like. So you could always WhatsApp it to them and let them know, hey, these are my payment instructions and my banking details. So you have like a template. You make a template out for them so that you wouldn't have to repeat yourself every time. Every time you have to send an invoice to a customer and banking details. Ask your client to send proof of transfer, screenshot of the receipts. Confirm your payment before starting the project. So if a payment, sometimes some online payments take a while to reach your account. Sometimes the money bounces back. I have had that issue with certain banks. The money never went through and it bounced right back to the client. So make sure when you're doing your online banking that that money is deposited into your account before you start any project. And even when it's deposited, you want a screenshot of the receipts. So organizing your payments, you can use Google Sheets to track your client name, the project, the freelancer cost, the client payment, and profit earned. You want to organize all your client interactions and have it documented. So you can just type up a client's name right on your phone, right? You use your Google Sheets right on your phone. You type up that client's name and you will see everything that you did for them. So even for, this is to protect yourself, okay? Because they could come back and say, oh, you know what? You left out so and so and you left out this. No. So what would be good to also do is have like a small contract. Like if they just wanted a website with your products listed, and then suppose they came back after you did the job and they said, no, I thought we agreed on you putting in this or putting in this extra thing. And then you might be second guessing yourself because you're thinking, but I can't remember agreeing to that. So it's good that you have a basic offer. That's why we have the different offers. We have the basic, the standard, and the premium offer. So you would know exactly what you have in each offer. That's where you have to decide what it is you're offering clients at each level. So when you agree to a basic offer, you just know the client wanted a website built with just their name and their logo and one product. If they wanted multiple products, well, that is a little higher tier. Okay, so you have to know what it is you gave that person and what they agreed to. Hence, the reason or the importance of always keeping track and documenting whatever was agreed upon. So nobody could come and tell you after, you didn't do this for me. I requested this and I paid so amount of money. Have receipts. That is why you ask them for a copy to send a printout or a screenshot of the receipt. So you have everything documented for each client. So they wouldn't come down the road and say, I didn't get what I paid for. That is a protection, documentation, proper filing of your work. A simple Google Sheet can become your financial dashboard and it shows where your money comes from and where it goes. So, money management builds business confidence. When you handle payments clearly, your clients will trust you and freelancers will respect you. Key takeaways: always price for profit, not survival. Offer tiered packages. Keep every payment documented. Confirm funds before delivery. Learn how to use Google Drive, WhatsApp Business, and Calendly to keep your operations professional. If you look on my social media, on my TikTok and my IG, you would see I gave different videos on how to use Google Drive, how to do WhatsApp Business, how to use the different labels, and how to use your catalog properly, how to use Calendly, and to keep your operations professional. Okay, that's why I did not include it in these modules because you could also get the videos on my social media account. All right, so next you'll learn how to use Google Drive, WhatsApp Business, and Calendly step by step in your operations so your business will be professional.